Look at that, folks. Can you see the big red house in the background? They've started building the house and they're massive. Actually, I'll see if I can turn it around and drive towards it for you. Right, you can have a bit of Powerball while I'm driving. I just wanted to let you see how big this house is. Right, obviously you can see the height of all the other houses around here. Look at that! Hang on, we need to do that, don't we? The crane is massive. I think Darren filmed a bit of this yesterday that I'll put in so you can see. But look at the flipping, I mean, is that going to be apartments? Is it going to be long skinny houses? I know, madness, isn't it?
Do you want to give any commentary to this?
No.
That's going to blow about, it's that in this wind. Won't like to be that guy stood there. Oh, he's just hit the scaffolding. He's hit the scaffolding. Do you see that?
Yeah.
There's a guy up the scaffolding, you know, on the other side.
Hello. I'm really sorry you're this close, but the way this works, for me to be able to film out the front, I need to like extend the length of the thing that's holding. I don't know what I'm talking about. So it just means you're a bit closer because I'm driving. Oh, I can't show you my t-shirt. It says Boy Kills World. It's a new Bill Skarsgård film. The director offered t-shirt to Leo from Geek Legion of Doom, who he sent a screener to. But they were in too small a size. Can you believe that I got one when they were in too small a sizes? This is large, which is my t-shirt size, unfortunately. When I wear a t-shirt, I have to wear a men's large. It's a disgrace. I can't ever see me not having to wear a men's large. But yeah, so I've got a Boy Kills World t-shirt. It's, if you're interested, it's like an action movie with Bill Skarsgård. It's a bit tongue-in-cheek. Someone described it, and it's spot on, it might have been Leo actually, as a cross between, what's that? Something versus World, no. Scott Pilgrim, was it? And John Wick. It's not to be taken very seriously, it's just like an action film. There's quite a lot of violence in it, but it's quite funny as well. It's worth a watch, it's well worth a watch. So yeah, Bill Skarsgård, I think, filmed it at a similar time to when he's filmed The Crow. If you didn't know, they're remaking The Crow. A lot of the goths are going, yo, what? Now, I love The Crow as much as the next person, and I think Brandon Lee is such a beautiful man. And I'm like, when I heard they were remaking it, I was like, why are they doing that? It's one of those that doesn't need remade, but then I'm from that era of, it's just one of those iconic movies when you're like into alternative culture. But Bill Skarsgård is playing the New York Draven, and they've made him look quite different. He's heavily tattooed, he's got like this weird mix between a punky haircut and a mullet. He's very butt, that was the point I was going to make. He's like worked himself into incredible shape, like he's proper buffed up. And I don't mean like massive big muscles, I mean, well, he does have massive big. He's slim, but he's ripped, I think that's what I'm trying to say. And he's like that in this movie, and I thought, I bet he's done these at a similar time, because he's got a very similar physique. So yeah. Looking forward to seeing the trailer for the remake of The Crow. Actually looks really good, so I'm not one of these that's going to say no, I'm refusing to watch it because blah blah blah. I mean, when you look at the other Crows that they did after, you know, the follow-ups, they were terrible. Even though one of my favourite like male actors is, when I say that, my favourite, Vincent Perez, who played Yankov in Amy Foster, and who is probably my favourite movie character, as in, I just fell in love with him. I loved him. Just his character was just everything. He epitomized, like, just everything I found perfect in a man. Yankov was from Amy Foster. And even him, gothed up, couldn't save that film. It was bad. So it is Tuesday, folks. Welcome to a new weekly vlog. I am en route to my mum's. She wants to go to the range today. I don't know, is that like a chain? Do they have those everywhere? It's like a homeware place that's got a garden centre attached to it, and I can't abide it. I don't like it. Everything's overpriced and there's never anything I want in it, but my mum wants to go to it. They've got a little cafe as well. I think that's why she wants to go. But she wants to look in the garden centre, but it is raining, as is always. It is 10 degrees. I don't think there's anything of any note to tell you, so I'm not going to waffle. No, there's nothing. I shall catch up with you guys later.
Honest to God.
Bit of Sinead O'Connor for you. My hair is so untidy and messy. I wanted to show you this before I set off. I've been to the shop with my mum, but anyway, I have to show you this. It sits like this. It's a laughing hedgehog. It's even called laughing hedgehog for your garden. I'm sorry, but that is adorable. I don't know that I'll be putting it outside, because I might want to see it more often. Put that off just for a minute. I don't know if I told you last week. Right, we usually get Isaac has missed the bus because he forgot his PE kit and had to go back to school for it. And we get Isaac has left his PE kit at school. And for the first time last week we had Isaac has left his PE kit on the bus. And if you remember, we had to go into town the next morning hoping that it was still there, because the school bus goes to a different town entirely called Cushendall and stops. That's it, it goes there, it shuts down, and nobody is on it until the next morning when it goes into town. So anybody could lift the PE kit. Thankfully last time it was still there, so we got it back. Isaac's done it again today. He cannot remember anything, and I don't know what to do. I literally don't know what to do to make him remember. I mean, I can't even send him a message as he's going to leave school saying remember your PE kit, because he remembers it and then he's on the bus and then he leaves it on the bus. And he refuses to check his phone, or he can't have sound on it when he's in school anyway, but he seems completely incapable of then turning the sound on to it. It's just so frustrating. So now Darren's going to have to drive into town in the morning, first thing, to pick up this PE bag when we, you know, had no plans to have to drive into town. And God knows we go into town and not, I mean, like, we were in almost every day last week. Darren was in yesterday to meet the guy for the shed.
Shed. Oh, it smells nice in here. Shed. Can't think of what to say apart from the word shed.
I've been in today for my mum, and we'll be in Friday, Saturday, Sunday again. So like Tuesday, or like Wednesday, Thursday is the only days, well, strictly speaking, we don't have to go into town, and now we do. And that's if we're lucky enough that it's handed in again. Suggestions? I don't know what to do, folks. I said, right, he wears earpods on the bus and he listens to music, and I said, right, on PE days the earpods are staying at home, he's not having them on the bus. And Darren texted me back, apparently, he says, that's not fair. I'm like, what's not fair is the fact that he refuses to look after his belongings and doesn't care that other people are so put out of their way. Anyway, right, I'm waffling. I'm going to switch off. I'll catch up with you guys at some stage later in the week. I was trying to get something on my music that was the least offensive thing when I was outside today cleaning the car. I wanted some music and I thought, right, what's going to be the least offensive thing to people? So I thought Def Leppard. It's Friday night. We are on the way into town. Isaac's got scouts. They're doing slacklining again. We spent today, I done the car out. It's been needing badly done. Weeded, done some strimming, and Darren did some weeding out back. The size of them bloody houses. The roof's on now, I'll show you that next time.
That's a solar panels.
I'll show you it now.
That could be windows, though, is it?
Just to give you an idea, yeah, I think that is solar panels because it looks the same as
it's black.
It looks the same as the ones they built round by the cinema. That grey fence, to give you an idea, I would say is about, would you say 7 foot?
Yeah.
It's about 7 foot, that grey fence. How the flip, well actually all you have to do is look at, that's bloody Aerosmith. Look at the size of the house beside it. That's a really tall house. Look at the fucking size of it. Yeah, we're going to drop Isaac off at Scouts. Tomorrow, the Fall Guy is released, which I want to go see. Everyone I know that has been to see it says it's excellent. Everyone's very happy about, you know, how it's turned out. But I think most people I know that have been to see it won't even be aware of the old TV show because they won't be old enough. But it's supposed to be very good, so I might go see that tomorrow. And I'll start waffling at this point because there's nothing else, unless either of you can think of anything. Yeah, Isaac's off on Monday because it's May Day. First Monday and last Monday in May they get off, so he's off on Monday. So I shall switch off now and I'll probably switch back on tomorrow. Morning guys, I can't say what I'm filming. Happy Saturday morning. I'm on my way to Lidl, which you can maybe see over there. I've just taken Isaac to jiu-jitsu. He's in doing that at the minute. I'm going to go buy some margarine and have to walk past the bakery section with the muffins and croissants and pastries. It's going to be a fucking nightmare, but we'll do it. We shall do it. I'll give you a catch up to where we're at when I get back in the car. Hello guys, so I'm back in the car. I've just been to Lidl. Let me show you what I got. I've never seen so many people in a supermarket early in the morning. I never thought that there would be so many. So I wanted a drink. So I've got this vitamin water drink, dragon fruit and yuzu, Ceylon tea and zinc. I'm trying to get something that's not full of sugar and loads of calories. This has only got 7 calories per 100 mils. How many mils? Yes, it's come to this people, 500, but 35 calories. I think we can deal with that. See what it's like. Taste test, shall we? Oh, that's vile. I changed this. I had an apple one and I saw this one at the till, and for some reason the colour, I thought it would be nicer. Oh, that's not good. I'm going to drink it again. No, that's awful. No, I'd rather not have a drink than drink that. That's disgusting. I love the smoked meats they do in there, so I got these. Smoked farmer sausage people. Vishka, 24 slices. We like a bit of sausage. What can you say? If Darren's not here to make the joke. And I got some, because I've been eating so much salad, I got some fat-free vinaigrette dressing. The perfect Greek salad accompaniment. So, I'm trying hard, folks. I'm trying really hard. I can't get over how disgusting that is. The only thing I got myself for now, while I wait in the car, is that drink, and it's minging. Anyway, I was putting this on to update you. The reason I'm here, Darren always texts him to jiu-jitsu. 2 days ago, we have, our central heating is oil fired. Most that I know in England are gas. I don't know if you're outside of England what way your heating system works. In a lot of places in America you probably don't flipping need heating. But ours is oil fired, and when you put the heating or the hot water on, it makes a very, the boiler or something makes a very particular noise. It's not particularly loud or invasive or anything. You just can tell when it's on. It's like a it's not that loud. Anyway, it's a noise. So I got up in the middle of the night 2 nights ago to go for a wee, and I'm like, that noise is up. What's going on? The water shouldn't be on. The heating shouldn't be on. I went downstairs to investigate, and nothing switched on. I went outside to see, because there's a thing, like a thing on the wall outside that blows steam when it's on. It's not on. I'm like, what is going on? I go to open the hot press. Everybody calls it a different thing. In Northern Ireland we call it a hot press. It's like, you know, the cupboard that you have with like usually all your towels and bedding in, that's got the water tank that heats in. So the noise was coming from there, and I'm like, right, what the hell's going on? And there's two switches, and one says water and one says heating. But it's not the immersion heater because that's in the kitchen. So I switch off the one that says water and the noise stops. But that switches off the entire like central heating water system timers and stuff. But it stopped the noise, and I thought, right, I don't want to go to bed with that noise. I'm going to switch it off. Engineer came the next day. Doesn't know what it is. Right, well, this is wrong, that's wrong. Whoever put this in didn't do this. They're meant to insulate this. They haven't done this, blah, blah, blah. But your thermostat's gone. Basically your water's just heating and heating, and it doesn't get to a point where it clicks off. So I need to get a part, and I'll come back and fix it tomorrow. So that was Wednesday. No, it wasn't, that was Thursday. So yesterday, Friday, we're waiting for him all day, and he came and he did what he had to do. I spent the day doing the car out and weeding and trimming the garden, so I was busy all afternoon. Fucking knackered now. So he done that, and then last night I'm like, that fucking noise is, because he said he didn't know why it was making the noise. The noise is back, and I'm like, what's going on? Why is the noise back? And the house feels unnaturally warm, but none of the radiators are on. And when I went to run the hot water last night to get washed before bed, it was warm but not hot, and it wasn't overly warm. Usually if you run your hot water tap, the water eventually gets too warm to like wash your hands or anything in, and you have to mix it with cold. That's how most people's work. Well, this wasn't getting warm to the point where I had to like mix it with cold. It was the right temperature to wash my hands and face and stuff with. So that's not normal. Tried it again this morning, and the water is not heating properly at all. As a matter of fact, today there's barely any. So I think there may be a leak somewhere in the water pipes in the house. I'm not sure. But Darren is now waiting in the house for them to come out again. There's a Leo sent a photograph. That'll be a joke, so we'll maybe get cheered up in a minute when we look at that. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on, but this is bank holiday weekend. This is like the 3rd of May, Saturday. And I wanted to go see the Fall Guy today. Me, Darren and Isaac were going to go see it. We had to wait in on Thursday. We had to wait in all day yesterday. And now they said we're first on the list, but the company that the Housing Association use may work for like all different companies. So we may be first on their list, but it doesn't mean we're first on the list overall. Darren hasn't contacted me yet, which means they haven't been yet. I was hoping that they'd have been before I got back, but I'm guaranteeing they come out and say, oh, I don't know what's going on with that, and then they arrange to come back on fucking bank holiday. Surely they won't come out on a bank holiday. We'll just have to use the immersion heater to heat our water in the meantime, which will be costly, and until this is sorted next week. What a fucking nightmare, eh? I'm gonna have another sip of that. I went there to get a nice drink, and I thought, I'm not going to get anything with sugar in, I'm not going to get anything fizzy, I'm going to get something that will be good for me. And I thought, right, a vitamin water drink, which I drank quite a lot when we were in America, and they were really nice. I'm so envious of the flavours of everything. Like every single thing, from crisps to like cookies to drinks to there's so many flavours to choose from. Here they're just, I remember saying to Darren, I cannot imagine if people from America come to the UK generally, or Ireland, they must be so annoyed at the lack of choice of things, because it's scandalous. I mean, Fanta is an example. Over here you basically get orange and lemon, like as in orange or lemon. I think there's like a tropical punch one, or fruit twist or something now, but that's relatively new. Certain places you can get like stuff like grape, but very, very few places. If you go into your average store, you're just going to get orange Fanta or lemon Fanta, and if you're lucky, that fruit one. Bugger all else. When we went to Florida, the amount of flavours of Fanta was ridiculous. Grape was gorgeous, but it makes your poo green. You may have remembered I said that. Diet Coke, I mean, vanilla Diet Coke. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. And the cherry one. We do occasionally get cherry Coke here as well, but usually they don't do it in the diet, only the full fat, which my tummy is rumbling so bad. Full fat Coke to me tastes metallic. I can't drink it. You know, and it's like, it wasn't through want of trying to be on a diet, believe me, because I know I am now, but not, you know, normally I drink what I like, and I do not like. I tell you what, that actually makes me feel more thirsty. I'm gonna get Darren to taste that when I get back and film his face. What on under God? What the hell's yuzu? Oh god, that's minging. I can't even tell you how bad that actually is. Right, I'll switch you off, folks. I'll catch you up later. I can't believe I've no drink. And bloody Lidl, which is where I just was, I've never seen so many people. I'm not standing in a queue again to get a drink. I'm right beside Tim Hortons. I could go and get a coffee. What time is it? Switching on the car, see what time it is, because I've no watch on. Come on then, switch on. Oh, the taste in my mouth is minging. I don't even have anything to take the taste away. 11 o'clock, he'll be out in 20 minutes, so there's no point. Right, I'll go, folks. I shall check in with you later. How was it?
Good, but I'm extremely tired.
Tired?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I had to spar with one of the junior senseis.
Oh, cool.
And then we did the bag-to-bag thing and I absolutely demolished anyone I went against.
Right, can you
Which was funny.
taste that?
Why?
I'm filming you. I want to know what you think of it.
Okay.
I just bought it in there because I wanted a drink.
It's nice.
You think that's nice?
Mm-hmm.
That is minging.
It's
Right,
nice.
you can have it. It's
Speaking of that,
No, I'll just put it there as well. I can't believe you like that. I was looking forward to taking that back and getting your dad to taste it and filming his reaction.
it's nice.
I thought it was horrible, so there you go. Right, I'll switch you back off again. I thought I'd get a reaction there, but I'm not getting one. Hello. It is Saturday evening, morning, contact lens removal coming up. I thought I'd catch you up now instead of just watching in there. Catch you up now instead of when I'm driving in the car. So, I mentioned it this morning. On Thursday, our central heating started making that noise. The guy came out, so sorry, it started on Wednesday. The guy came out on Thursday because it's like something that could be dangerous, like pressure and stuff. He said, I need this part. He says, I don't know why it's making the noise. I need this part because the last people haven't done the job right. And basically the thing that should kick in when your water reaches a certain either pressure or temperature, some sort of valve, hasn't been fitted. So I went to get that and he came back yesterday, Friday, and he fitted it. And we had to wait in. Well, Darren did. What was I doing? Can't remember. Oh, I was out doing the car and but I was just outside the house. And then on Friday night, after we come home from Scouts from Isaac, it started again with that noise. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then we worked out the water wasn't getting warm. So we called again. First thing Saturday morning, this morning, about 9 o'clock, because it's like something to do with hot water. It's a 24-hour emergency thing because there could be a leak in the pipes in the house. The pipes in the hot press were getting really, really hot. This noise kept happening. And they said, right, you're first on the list, because they knew we'd waited in for 2 days. But the company we use may, you know, they may be doing work for other companies besides us, but you're first on our list. And Darren says, well, can you give me any indication, morning, afternoon? No, I'm sorry, we can't. Is there anybody I can ring to get an update? No, we're not allowed to give the numbers out. So I took Isaac to Scouts, or Jiu-Jitsu this morning, and experienced that horrible drink that Isaac finished. Got home at like almost 12 noon. I says, have you heard anything? He said, no. He chased again and they said the same thing. Well, we can't tell you anything. So I went and we wanted to go see The Fall Guy today, the new Ryan Gosling movie. And that's what we planned to do. Bank holiday weekend, we wanted to have that afternoon out. And we had to wait in all day for this guy coming because it's important. So I went into the garage and sorted out a load of like boxes and stuff that I wanted to do. So I made use of my time. Darren called them again around about tea time, nothing, hadn't heard from anyone. He called again and he got quite a snotty attitude from the woman from the Rural Housing Company. They employ this company to come out, and they basically are taking phone calls from home because it's the weekend. And they're saying, we can't give information, we can't say what the engineers are doing because we don't know. And I'm thinking, surely they can call the company and get the company to contact the engineers and say, look, have you any idea? So we can tell these people what's happening. And she says, we can't give these numbers out because then the engineers would always been answering phone calls from people wondering what time they're coming at. Quite snotty. So they work up until 11 p.m. So we made the call this morning just after 9 o'clock in the morning. And it is now about midnight, just after, and they haven't come all day. We haven't had a phone call to update us. They haven't told us they weren't going to make it. And obviously they're not going to start on a Sunday morning at like, you know, they're based in Derry, which is an almost 2-hour drive from here. So 9 o'clock tomorrow morning is 24-hour cut-off, and they had 24 hours. That's their cut-off. They're supposed to be here, and I wouldn't have cared if they'd told us. But we sat in, all three of us, for an entire Saturday, day and evening, to cancel plans, to wait on this guy that didn't show up. Nobody told us anything. Darren phoned up. I says, there's no point calling at 11 o'clock. He says, no, I want it logged that I'm pissed off. So we called them again and said, look, nobody's phoned. We've sat in all day. We've cancelled plans. What the hell's happening? Are they going to be coming over? What's happening? Do they come at night? Are they going to be coming first thing in the morning? And she's like, oh, I'm really sorry. They, you know, really someone should have called you from the company to tell you they weren't going to be able to make it. I'll call them now. They may call you straight back, you know, nothing. So the company, the housing company that were apologetic, didn't call us back to say what the, you know, what should discussed with the engineering company. The engineering company didn't call. So we're sat just after midnight, Sunday morning. This issue started on Wednesday evening. A guy's been out twice, done naff all, obviously. And it's on bank holiday weekend. So I don't know if he's going to be coming out tomorrow, but that means Darren's stuck in all day tomorrow. Well, he probably is quite grateful. It means he doesn't have to go into my parents with me, because I'm sure that's not very highlighting. But I said to him, they can whistle if they think they're coming on Monday, because we're going to the cinema on Monday. I'm not sitting in all day to have another day wasted. I'm really hacked off. I hate wasting day, you know, time when we could do something as a family. I hate it, and Saturday's like the main day we would do something. I'm so hacked off. To not even pick up the phone and say, look, we've got such a backlog of work, we're not going to make it to you today. If they had have done that, fine, then we could have been out today. Switched everything off, went out. No, they didn't bother, so I'm annoyed. Darren's annoyed. Yeah, so I'll update you tomorrow, guys. I'll probably be going into my mum's. Darren will probably be staying here waiting for the engineer, if they come. But the thing is, I know if they come, they're going to say, I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to have to try and get this part. And then they're not going to come back and fix it until they've got the part. And I'm not having it on Monday, so it's going to be at least Tuesday. So it's going to be almost a week. Not good. Right, I'm going to go to bed now. We've been watching a series called Under the Bridge, which has been really good. It's based on a true story. I think there's 8 episodes in all, but only 4 have released at the moment. I'm on it. I've watched 3 of them, but it's been really good. So I'm going to go to bed and watch some more Love is Blind Brazil season 3. I prefer the American one, but there's a UK one coming out in August, which I'm really looking forward to. But there's 3 seasons of the Brazilian one, so I'm on season 3, and then I've got a Japanese one to watch. It's only 1 season, but I'm addicted, I'm afraid. So yeah, I shall catch up with you guys tomorrow. Oh dear me. Okay, hi guys. Yes, it is a makeup free day. Scary potatoes, my face. So, I'll drive and talk. So it is Sunday, and I've put on this primarily to close off the vlog, but to tell you what's been going on. Well, you can't see it. It's right beside me here. It is the engineer's van. He turned up 5 minutes ago. So it's 1:45 Sunday. I'm going into my mum's on my own. Should have disappointed not to see Isaac, but she only sees him once a week. I got a text quite often. Daniel's dad, Isaac's friend Daniel, texts on Sunday to say, we're doing this, does Isaac want to come? And they're going to a village called Cushendun today, which has an arts and music festival on, but they've got like family activities. So he's going with them for a couple of hours, which gets him out of going to my mum's, which he'll probably be happy about because it bores him. So as Daniel's dad was pulling up to collect Isaac, the engineer pulled up at exactly the same time. Basically we found out this morning, so Darren called, so the housing association goes through to a emergency call out thing, and that's the process you have to take as a housing association resident. So on the emergency call out system, the number that had been coming up when Darren called was the number of rural housing, who are their client. They had written down the telephone number for rural housing, and the engineers had been calling this number, and rather than call back to the emergency call out and say, you've given me the wrong number here, I'm getting rural housing, I'm not getting the customer, everyone just left it, and nobody came yesterday because all the engineers thought, oh well, that's a dud number, I'll leave it, someone else will do it, and no one did it. The person at the emergency place argued with Darren, this is your phone number that you keep calling from, you called several times yesterday. He said, yes, from my mobile. No, this is the number. They argued with him that he called from a landline. So Darren wrote down the number, says, give us the number, and he wrote it down, and he says, right, that's rural housing's number, that's the actual housing association that hire you as emergency call out cover over the weekend. So you've given the engineers rural housing's telephone number. So anyway, the engineers just showed up now, but I know whatever the issue is they won't be able to fix because it's Sunday and they're going to need parts. I think it's going to be quite a major job because we've had issues with this system for ages, and I have a really horrible feeling there's a leak somewhere. The thermostat had gone, so the water was heating too high, it wasn't switching off, and the central heating overflow thing kept kicking out loads of hot water. That issue went on for probably 2 months before someone came out to fix it. The guy that came out on Friday about the issue we have now fixed that issue we've had for 2 months, but whatever he did in fixing that, we now have no hot water. The only thing we can be glad for is that it's quite mild weather and we don't need the heating, because we also, remember that 2 weeks we had with no heating and no hot water where we had to use electric like heaters that were just awful, those little oscillating tiny things that blow out heat, which are neither use nor ornament to anyone unless they're in like a toilet or something, a tiny little room. So the engineers just got there now, so I'm going into my mum's on my own. So yeah, not entirely impressed. It hasn't been a very good bank holiday weekend. If that engineer thinks he's coming back tomorrow, he can whistle. I've said to Darren, do not tell them that they can come tomorrow. If we've waited all weekend, we can wait till Tuesday, because I mean the whole weekend for no reason. I'm scunnered. Right. I'll get off the phone, I'll stop filming, guys, because I don't want it to be another waffly one. I shall catch up with you guys next week, hopefully at some stage with fixed water heating. So